Good morning, everyone. We will begin the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters, asking God and Meishu-sama for protection and the permission to participate today in the divine plan of constructing paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito, the prayer of heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand.
高天原にかむずまります。
かむろにかむろにのみこともちて、すめみろやかむいさなぎのみこと、すくしのひむかのたちはなの、おどのあがりはらに、急ぎ払いたもどきになりませる。払いどの神たち、もろもろの腹ごとすりけがれを、払いたまえ、清めたまえとまおすことのよしを、余す神クリス神やおよろずの神たちともに、雨のふしこまの右振りたてて、ひこしめせと、かしこみもまおす。
広くおみかみ
守りたまえ、咲き生えたまえ、広くおみかみ守りたまえ、咲き生えたまえ。
教えみよや主の神
守りたまえ、咲き生えたまえ、教えみよや主の神守りたまえ、咲き生えたまえ。
かんながら
魂生えませ。かんながら魂生えませ。
Great God of light, creator and giver of all life.
In accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan, and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives.
Great God of light,
Bless and protect us, radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your kingdom.
Please be seated. We will now receive the Johrei. Johrei is now concluded. Let us now listen to to Meishu-sama's teachings, Makoto. No matter how hard and steep the road may be, I can walk onward with happiness and ease if I have the staff of love to lean upon. The integrity of those who have no faith in God is shallow and superficial. Those with faith have true integrity. Though we may speak thousands of words smoothly, if they do not come from hearts full of Makoto, they are empty and powerless. The vibratory power of speech can cause miracles. The universe is filled with ether, in which its basic sounds, with all their variations in frequency, are in continual vibratory motion. These are the soundless sounds and voiceless voices filling the ether, which human ears cannot hear. By means of its frequencies, all things in the universe come into existence, and they in turn emit certain wavelengths of sound. The words we utter are impressed upon the ether that surround us, creating vibrations that influence the spiritual realm. Noble or positive words emit high vibrations, which diminish the clouds in the spiritual world, while ugly or negative words emit low vibrations, which increase the clouds. The wavelengths of the words that convey good and loving thoughts are in attunement with the law of truth, virtue, and beauty. They are pleasing to the human ear because they penetrate the mind and contact the soul, the center of awareness. Conversely, bad and hateful words do not reach the soul, but stop at the mind. It is also important to note that it is not only the vibrations of the words themselves that determine their effect, but also the degree of purity of the spiritual being uttering them. The purer the soul, the more powerful will be the vibrational waves emitted by the words being uttered. Therefore, we must always do our utmost to raise our vibrations to a higher plane so our words will have greater power. Let us now listen to a faith experience from Felipe Mota. Felipe.
Practice of detachment. My name is Felipe Mota, and I'm a second-generation member of the Miroku Association. I was raised in a Johrei center back in Brazil, immersing myself in a spiritual community from a young age. Later, I met my wife abroad, we got married, and among many other things, we shared the same professional goal, to live abroad for a while before we eventually returned to Brazil to retire. In 2016, my wife and I felt ready to pursue that dream. I was performing well in my role in the US, receiving positive reviews, leading a team, and building momentum for a potential transfer to the US. But despite everything, aligning professionally, obstacles kept arising, almost as if impossible force was holding us back. Eventually, I was told I would need to apply for an open position in the US instead of simply transferring my position, which added a lot of complications in the process. I began to sense something more profound. There wasn't only work. There was something still needs to be done, and clouds needs purification. I wanted to focus more intently to work, but for that, I would have to reduce my service at the Johrei Center. I discussed that with the Reverend, who supported my plan. Through looking back now, I realize I may have misinterpreted his guidance to fit my own desire. I then reduced my service hours at the Johrei Center, scaling back my involvement in monthly services, weekly volunteer shifts, and, and service in the secret grounds. Around this time, I shared my intentions with my father, who questioned if I was truly doing my best. I assured him, I said, yeah, focus entirely on my professional goals and the job performance. During our annual ancestor service in November, I wasn't prepared. I arrived late, hurried listed my ancestors, and made my gratitude donation just a few minutes before the service. My father, aware of this, gently and kindly asked if I had truly done my best, and his questions left me reflecting. I realized at that time my priorities have shifted away from faith. Inspired, I committed to doing better for the upcoming service, which was Meishu-sama's birthday service. In November, right after the ancestor services, a position that aligned with my background opened in the same company here in the US. I applied for it and hoped for the best. I resumed my service duties, balanced work and spiritual commitments, and managed my travel to allow time for the Johrei practice. In doing so, a sense of balanced return and work events began to shift to accommodate my renewed priorities. Meishu-sama's birthday happened, and then I was prepared. The new year came, and then I started to get anxious about the hiring process that I applied for. Yet again, I felt blocked as time passed without any news from that job. After some soul searching, I approached the same reverend who advised me to release my attachment and focus the outcome and put it in place my trust in God. This is a core practice of our faith, detachment. Finally, I spent hours and hours and hours playing in front of the altar, releasing my wish to God and Meishu-sama, and finally felt that sense of relief. A week later, I was talking to my wife about her frustrations at work, and I received an unexpected call from my office. The position that I applied was open during some unforeseen circumstances that I could not control. They offered me the job. My hiring manager, which knew nothing about my religious path, told me, I don't know who are you praying for, but it just worked. I knew at that moment that I had been guided through Johrei, gratitude, and detachment. This experience taught me two valuable lessons. First, true effort includes spiritual alignment and detachment, placing our own hopes in God's hand after doing our best. And second, there is always room for growth, no matter how sincere our sentiment is. And we think our daily practice are, they refine us continuously. Now, after 8 years living in this country, our family has grown. I'm very grateful for this journey, and we had the chance, and we had the grateful for the journey we had, and for the blessings that we have come through faith and perseverance. Thank you so much.
This is greetings from Amatsu-Norito.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the seminar. Those who are here in person, thank you. Those attending this morning service online. Our seminar starts at 11 a.m. and we've been preparing for many months. those of you who travel from long distances, many arrangements with the family, with the job. So we have another half an hour until the seminar actually starts. So I would like to ask you, please focus on this extra, actually 35 minutes. Let's keep the focus. So the more that we will be focusing ourselves, so we are ensuring a greater seminar. With, of course, Reverend Marco Rezende presence, which I will further introduce him. Have a great day, everyone. Have a blessed weekend, those who are attending online. Thank you.
So this brings to a conclusion our morning service. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we wish you a very blessed day.